We were just talking about Star Trek, weren't we?
I know. I've really been enjoying it. I've really. Did you know there's an animated one? They did an animated.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of yeah. This was the original series that you were watching yesterday. Funnily enough, I was watching a bit last night. But yeah, bad as it is. Anyway, excuse my camera moving. The dog's just jumped off the couch and decided to stretch himself underneath my tripod. So we're going to be a little bit. But hey, the weather's better again. What was yesterday like?
Not the best. I got soaked twice yesterday going out.
It was. I've never seen. I don't think I remember seeing a day like that for months now.
We've got no, but the trouble is we've got so used to it. You know, we've got
yeah, but
sunshine.
that was the direction of the wind. Certainly in Brodick, it was the direction of the wind. I think caused quite a bit of. Well, I wouldn't say damage, but certainly my trees weren't enjoying it.
Well, my rose bush got caught up in the decking and it's almost halved. You know,
But
it's all.
we've got blue sky now again, thank goodness, and I think we're due a good day tomorrow as well. So that's one bit of positive news for you. I've even got a suntan. See, Lynn Rayburn says I haven't got a suntan, but I've done all right. Thank you very much, Lynn. Either that or I've just not washed. But yeah, so the weather's better, and the ferry is. I think it's off today, isn't it? It's cancelled on Sundays, but I think it's got a schedule tomorrow that's a little bit different. But we're in ferry lockdown now until the
14th.
Yeah. Now this was a bit that was picked up on the banner, on the headlines of the banner, and it was. I don't know. We were talking about this to Heather just before we came on, and I'm a little bit confused by some of the. Excuse me, while I'm just looking down to load comments. A little bit confused by one paragraph, the first paragraph. I'm not saying it's the banner. I think it's more. It needs a bit of elaboration from somewhere. The moves are a direct result. This is the ferry delaying now until June the 14th to, it's still on its Lifeline service. The moves are a direct result of the intervention of the Arran Ferry Committee, who had growing concerns of a huge influx of tourists heading to Arran from mid-July amid fears the island may not be ready to cope with large numbers of visitors. Now, that's a kind of, if that's come from the Arran Ferry Committee, and that's what's been used as an excuse or a reason not to launch the ferry services. It's kind of confusing to me because there's a lot of people. Take away the pandemic and take away the risk of coronavirus in 2 months' time, if we are able to welcome people over here. There's a lot of people already jumping at the gun to get things going. Certainly the retailers. I admit the hotels are going to be a little bit slower to catch up, even if they are allowed to open. But I think, saying that we don't want anybody coming over, in June.
Oh, when does it end? I mean, do we have to wait till there's a vaccine before we let anyone over?
I know. Well, this is it. And the other thing is, what are people going to be coming over for? Is it a day trip just to get out of their flat in Glasgow and come over and go for a walk on a beach? So do we start saying to people, well, don't come over for accommodation, just come over for cups of coffee, if the cafes are going to be back up and running by July, which suggests that they might be, but we won't know until Nicola Sturgeon's disagreed with Boris Johnson about his latest moves, and then we'll see from there what goes on. But I felt that was a kind of, there's a lot of us in retail, desperate for customers. Of course, we want to keep it safe, but I think the retail environment is one that we can adjust quite easily. Certainly you down at your house and me at my shop, we can stop too many people coming in, at any one time.
You could buy an ice cream and sit down the front or something too. I don't.
Just to see. Yeah, it'd be nice to see somebody coming over in the middle of July, and to stop this now until June the 14th. Let's hope that it's.
Well, this is they're saying that they from mid-July. I mean, that's still 2 months away.
It is. That's
how far down the line do we go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, I feel kind of safe and secure in a lot of ways at the moment. I mean, we are very fortunate, but I also understand from a business point of view, and people, we have to open up at some point.
Yeah. I mean, no.
I mean, maybe Mr. Cummings would like to come over for a wee visit.
Mr. Cummings was over talking to me over my fence last week about my new walkway that I'm doing around the garden. So he's already been up.
Did he have his mammy with him?
Yeah, Mum. His kids were coughing all over the place. Yeah, there was. Yeah. But yeah, that seems to be headline news at the moment. So I don't know. It is a difficult one, but
Well, there have been no reported cases, as far as I know, in the past 4 weeks on the island.
no, we've done very well, I think, as an
I
island.
mean, in some ways, if we keep it, the way the ferry is at the moment, we could maybe open up some of the businesses sooner if it's safer just with what we have on the island
Yeah.
for local people.
Yeah, no,
You know,
absolutely, absolutely. But I mean,
Melinda.
I've talked to people who are, really into their business and everything else, and they've all actually turned around and said to me, "I've actually quite enjoyed this last 10 weeks," and as I have, you know how much I've been out in the garden and doing stuff, and it has been a good break for people. It gives people the opportunity to sit and think about what they want to do in the future and stuff. And I don't think, I think we should make it mandatory every year just to have a month off, in May, say, when the weather's reasonably good, and just give yourself some time to think before things kick off for the season. But anyway, so that was the headline in the banner. Alongside that is a bit about Big Davy, and I'll put a little photograph up that you've sent me this morning, Heather. This is Davy, who carried his anvil up Goat Fell a good few years ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a few years now. The anvil, I think, is in front of the Douglas Hotel now.
Yes, yep. It's just over from me, and is now carrying a whiskey barrel around the coast, not just the coastal way, but the actual coast. So I didn't realise he was actually clambering over rocks to do this.
Oh no, some of the. I mean, it's Fraser Aitchison's doing the photographs again, and some of them you think, grief, he had to carry it over a burn at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit scary.
So, but he's fundraising for the Samaritans, and I've got his fundraising link. You're going to have to freeze frame this because it's ridiculous. But anyway, it gives you an idea how to go and search for it. It's under justgiving.com. And if you type in Davy Ballantyne, then you'll get to his link. I'm not expecting you to write down 78 different characters. Oops, sorry, that's a bit Heather. Let's get you back. There we go. So he's obviously reached Black Waterfoot. When did he start? He must have started off from Lag, did
he? He was planning to do. I think, did he start from Kilmorey, or I'm not sure. I think he did.
Yeah.
He was planning to do it in a week, which I don't think he'll do. I mean, the weather the past couple of days has held him back. I think he had the weekend off because it just wasn't practical along the coast to try and do this.
He's over the worst bit now until he gets to Newton Shaw area, I would think, and then it's going to be fairly brutal around the Cock of Arran down to Sannox, and then
I'm not sure if he's got injuries. There was a thing went up saying that he was looking forward to a couple of days off to recoup from injuries. So I don't know, maybe hurt his knee or something. So I hope he's okay. I mean, it's grueling what he's doing. I can't imagine.
But he's done well. He's raised. Let me just put that up. He's raised. This was about an hour ago. £3,512 of his target. So he's 700% over his target at the moment.
So what was his target?
500.
Wow.
Well, he was always going to get more than 500, wasn't he? So, but yeah, he's done very well. Now I have to say, Heather, between you and me, nobody's commented yet. No one said hello. So we could quite easily be talking to ourselves. And do you know why that is? Because the sun's come out the last half an hour in Brodick.
It's out here too.
And there's nobody listening to us, so we'll just crack on. What about this poor cat of Gemma's? What is going on?
That's horrible.
It's absolutely just unacceptable. Unacceptable anywhere, but especially around here. And I'm surprised if they do get away with it, because what this was, if you're from overseas or whatever, is that one of our local cats here was shot with an air rifle or air gun last week, owned by Gemma and John Ferguson. And Gemma's in her fortunate position. She works at the vet, so at least she was able to get it down there herself fairly quickly. But yeah, it's just
there's a picture of the X-ray of
Yeah.
a cat's paw.
there is.
And it actually looks really, I've never seen an X-ray of a cat's paw, but it looks as if it could almost grow a posable thumb. You know, that could be really scary if cats develop posable thumbs.
Yeah, it's not something that I think has any really direct connection with the story. Heather, but anyway,
No.
you've been watching too many sci-fi movies, I think. The cat's all right, but even so, yeah, it's not good.
Have they got anyone? Has there been any more?
I don't know. I don't think so yet. Chris Atkins is sleeping, which is why he hasn't been online. Well, that's what I presume anyway. Faye Waterlow's, hello from the Waterlows, presently making chocolate brownies. I hope they come out better than your banana cake. Right. And Patricia Templeton, listening intently while making face masks to raise funds for Aaron Trust on the dog-friendly Aaron Facebook page. I didn't realise there was a dog-friendly Aaron Facebook page. Now this takes us on to your picture of face masks quite nicely. So thank you, Patricia, for that link. You wanted to talk about these face masks again?
Yeah, Barb had sent me a wee message. I mean, it's fantastic. They've stopped taking orders for the free face masks now as of today, which was the other day. I think that was what day is this? Sunday. I think it was the weekend anyway. But they've distributed over 1,500 masks. That's incredible. People can still get the few that are left. There is some remaining stock at base stores in Whiting Bay, the Book and Card in Brodick, and Harbourstone and Blackwater Foot. You can also, if you go online, you can get a free kit with material for 10 masks and a link to a downloadable pattern. So there you go. Get your sewing machine out, Graham, and you can make them.
Oh, I'll be right there. Yeah, be right there.
And you can also still buy masks this time, but they can be purchased online from Angela Elliott Walker, who's still making them with some really nice fabrics. Some of the fabrics that went up, pictures of the fabrics went up, were fabulous. And these are £7, but the profits of this will be donated to the Arden Trust. So all I can say is that this group of people have just done a fantastic job. It's been amazing. Cool. So if you still need a face mask or you want a face mask, you can either buy one and the money goes to Arden Trust, the profit will go there, or they've still got a few left in some of the shops if you want one. I tend to use my buff. I find the buff easier than a face mask. You can just pull it down or pull it back up again.
We sold a lot of our buffs. In fact, I've still got more to go out this week. And if you're watching, Sarah, I haven't sent your buffs down yet because we have no ferry service. Well, it's not buffs. I think she wanted tea towels. But anyway, we've had no ferry for the last 2 days, day and a half.
Yeah, they were Friday, Saturday, and today. Obviously, it's off today anyway.
So we're marooned, isolated.
It was windy, so it's been.
It was horrendous. Yeah, it's been horrendous. So.
I was worried about my wee greenhouse. My wee greenhouse was making terrible noises that I haven't heard it make before. So, but it's still there. It's hanging in there. In fact, I had the first of my spinach out the greenhouse last night. Went into her tea. Fiona was cooking, and it went into the tea. It was rather delicious. I love homegrown.
Chris was just saying those masks are very comfortable to wear. And Mandy Lovejoy saying hello from Lumlash. And Susie Thompson just popped up. I'm sitting here drawing, dreaming up and doodling a white mice tail.
Oh, I look forward to seeing that, Susie.
Okay. It's quite amazing what I don't know, have you learned any new skill? Oh, you're still doing your Duolingo. My friends and neighbours have been busy watching me nailing myself to my deck. It's been quite a. I'll maybe post a picture next week, but this is something that I've taken on to do, and building DIY and that never good with me. But I think you reach that age, you just think, yeah, I'll just go out and do it. And I've actually overkilled. You could land, an aircraft carrier could moor alongside this deck, and it wouldn't go anywhere. It's I think I've overdone the timber and the cement, so.
It's looking really impressive.
I was quite happy with it so far. Yeah, we're doing little bits.
Are you going to stain it?
No, I'm just going to treat it. I'm not going to stain it. I'll treat it, but I won't stain it. I don't think. I'll just keep it the same colour. And we're fortunate. I've had timber from Aaron Haulage delivered a couple of times last week, as did the sawmill. So that's all using local supplied timber. And we've had plants from Gavin, and we've had plants from Aaron Homes and Gardens, Home Styles. So shopping around, we're getting more forest bark from them tomorrow. So But no, it's been really good fun. I've been quite enjoying it, and the weather, of course, has been helping. So I was desperate to get out there again this afternoon. Haven't managed it too much yet. So as soon as we finish, I'll be out there with my hammer, making noises. But
I have some extra tomato plants. They're still quite small, but I can put them if anyone's looking for tomato plants. I think I saw somebody was looking for one the other day, and I never picked up on it properly. So if anyone wants extra tomato plants, I have them. I didn't
Carolyn,
bother.
Carolyn Donlan. I don't know whether you ever met Carolyn Donlan. She worked at the Douglas Hotel. Her husband worked at the high school. She's saying hello from. You're going to have to say this for me. Fakhabers. I'm not.
Rockabers.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Which this is another little handy link. Thank you, Carolyn, because I wanted to say something about the Annan banner that was put up about some of the kids getting homeschooled, especially the music side of things. I would like to know if and when it's ever going to happen that we're going to actually get an online lesson for the kids, because it's up to the parents at the moment to get, especially kids of Carter's age and younger, I would imagine, to get them off their Xboxes and everything else, to get them to do their homework. And there are some subjects that some kids find it very tricky, and it would be nice if there was a Facebook Live, maybe just an hour a week, covering a subject like maths or history or whatever, and just to update. Because at the moment, all the school homework is coming through, digitally to Satchel One and Show My Homework and all this kind of thing, and it takes us a while to get used to how all this works. And as a parent, you don't always have access to all the logins that your son or daughter has. So, saying, have you done your homework? Yeah, there's not much to do today, or I'll do it later, or I've got until next Friday. And you hear about all these excuses coming out. But it would have been nice, and I don't know whether it's possible or not still, that the teachers just said, right, we'll do an hour Facebook Live or Microsoft Teams, because all the kids have got Microsoft Teams online now as well. Those who are able to get online, and it would be nice for a teacher to sit there and have a class as they would normally. And I don't think that's been maybe picked up as well as it maybe could have been. But
Some of the children maybe setting up study groups together. Are they doing that as?
I think if there's a study group, it's more about how many people you can shoot in Grand Theft Auto, or can you parachute out of this plane and wipe out half a dozen people within 3 seconds or something. I don't think the kids are motivated enough to do study groups themselves at certain ages. I think maybe a bit older and certainly a lot younger, but certainly when you get to S1, S2, S3, it's from what I'm hearing, talking to parents, that it has been a bit of a struggle to get them to stick to a routine. And I'm saying, we've been out of this, 9-10 weeks now. We've got another 6 weeks of school term, and then we've got 6-7 weeks holiday. So, we're not even halfway through this as far as the kids are concerned. And I appreciate they miss their friends. Obviously, they do miss their friends. It's one of the biggest things I hear about is that the kids just want to see each other again. Well, hopefully that will change maybe next week with the new update from the government.
They certainly seem to be doing okay with the music side of things, though, and I mean that's fabulous. I noticed that Emmy Durkin, she teaches Clarsach and I think fiddle as well at the high school. And she's been keeping the lessons going, but she had her own wee virtual concert yesterday. I tuned in. I didn't get all of it. I tuned into some of it, and it was really, really good. So if you want to hear,
I would hope that it doesn't go too far that way in the future, that we're just so used to just sitting at home watching concerts and watching things. Because you don't.
It's not going to be this. No, music has music's live. I am really missing playing music with other people, because that's where the buzz is for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. I mean, the concerts are lovely, and it's nice to see people playing, and there's some fantastic stuff going up online. And certainly Emma, I mean, she did a lovely wee concert yesterday. It was really nice. But no, I think as soon as people can get out and about, I know Mark and I are desperate to meet up. Yeah. We were saying, if it's raining, we might meet in King's Cave at either side or something. Then at least it's sheltered, but it's still outside.
Well, I was actually going to take one of my keyboards out last Thursday night, because it's gone from clapping now to this almighty racket of pots and pans outside now. I didn't even hear any bagpipes last Thursday. It was Carter and I were out for a walk, and as we were walking back, I had Dusty pulling me on my lead, but Carter was clapping all the way down Alma Road, but all we heard was this cacophony of pans and frying pans and
I don't really get this.
everything being bashed. And I thought, no, maybe we should just get some music going or something. But anyway, we'll see what the weather's like next Thursday. But
I like the tractor thing.
yes,
That was really really good. That was fun.
doesn't take much to get Gordon Kinneber out on his tractor, I have to say, or tractors. Gordon Kinneber's got one of the only Lamborghinis on the island. Did you know that?
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's got a Lamborghini tractor, which is where it all started.
A debate. I don't know. I keep seeing this. I don't know what the mood is or how people feel about it. You know, a lot of the NHS staff are saying they you don't need to keep doing this on a Thursday night. This clapping for the NHS.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I'm kind of in agreement with it, but I think it's really turning into more of a sort of social noise-making event for the week. And certainly, I don't know how our NHS staff have what their workload has been like recently. There has been ambulances go up and down the road, you know, so they're out and about as they would normally be. But I don't know what we haven't personally, I don't think, spoken to any of the health group to find out exactly whether there's been a more of a need for them to get out and about more, or whether they've actually been quieter because of all this. So
I know the budgie's been in a lot, but I think that's because the ferries are not running as much.
Yeah.
So they're using the helicopter.
yeah,
Um,
co-op.
yes.
Liz emailed me yesterday and said, would you put this on? Now, this is on the Arran Community Forum already, and it is the ability now, if you're in Brodick, to order online. That's just a screenshot of one of their pages, so you can get your Peppa Pig yogurt if you want to. That is the link to it. And you can go on if you're in Brodick. Now, I did a little test of mine because my postcode here, as my new neighbours have, we have a Corrie postcode for some obscure reason. So our postcode is 8FB. Most of Brodick is A8A, something around here, certainly. And it's obviously got a new database because it listed me as available. If you put in your postcode, for instance, or one in Lochranza, you're told that you can't access the system. But certainly, if you put in a Brodick postcode, you
But
should.
you're not seriously going to order from the.
No, I'm just. Do you think? Well, actually, Liz did say do it during the show, and we'll try it out and we'll deliver during the show. But I haven't spoken to her this morning, so I didn't want to give it that sort of.
So what do you do? Do you do it online or do you phone it in?
Well, you do it all online. You order it all, and it's very extensive actually. You're better off putting a word in the search bar rather than just going through deli, for instance, to find the packet of ham that you normally buy. But I put blue cheese in, for instance, and it gives you all the blue cheese that you recognise for being for sale in the co-op locally. So I think it actually is set up. It looks at the moment as though it's set up for each local store. Because obviously big co-ops on the mainland will have a slightly different range of stuff. But,
Can you order?
Sorry?
Can you order wine?
Yes, I was very careful that the screenshot I used didn't show gin because I didn't want to be advertising alcohol. But yeah, you can order your spirits, your wine, everything else. But as I say, this is just going out to Brodick, so it's a kind of we're in that kind of flux in that situation where this is different from the current system of calling or emailing through, telling them what they wanted. You know, they won't use a word for it, this click and collect system or click and to get delivered. So it's a different thing than that. This is actually physical online shopping, a bit like Ocado or some of the other places that do it on the mainland and have done it on the mainland for some time. And I'm pretty sure that this will, well, I'm hoping that this will get rolled out in the future so that you'll be able to order online on Arran anywhere you are. You'll get a delivery day, I would imagine, and then you'll get your groceries. It will be a lot better because it's your fault then if you order Peppa Pig yogurt and you get Muller. You know, for instance, it's your fault if you've at the moment if you just put I want some white sugar, you'll get a packet of white sugar. But if you're online, you can specify which sugar you want and everything else. So you know, it's entirely up to you as to what you order then. And
for people without transport, and there's quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or in
and
terms
it
of
will compete with the co-op
great.
as well. It'll have sorry, it will compete a little bit with the ASDA
Mhm.
that Aaron Hallage still manage, although they're not doing it at the moment. And then it just depends on whether you shop locally or whether you're using ASDA. But yeah, no, I think it's quite a good thing to do. I have to.
About their houses at the rate we're going, everybody's everybody's just tucked up inside. And,
Now, the old couple the elderly couple, shall I say, at the Chinese restaurant were very nice. They walk past my house quite often these days. They're on their own. They've lost their staff. The staff have gone. They're back in their house in Glasgow, and no one's been able to get a Chinese meal for a while. And because the only Chinese I speak is Chung Ko Kai or Sing Fan, and that's chicken fried rice or Singapore fried rice. So if it's busy in there, I can poke my head around the kitchen door, order it, and by the time I get to the counter, mine's actually been ready. So they actually, out of the goodness of their hearts, they brought me up a Singapore fried rice the other night. So I'd just like to say thank you.
oh,
I don't think they watch Facebook that much, but their English isn't 100%. But it was very nice of them. So I have my out on my decking. I have my Singapore fried rice last week, and I annoyed quite a few of my friends who like it as well. but that's so that's the co-op delivering, and hopefully we'll get some restaurants up and running relatively soon. I think there's a few changes going to be made to a few of the restaurants and how they operate in the future. There's going to be a bit of a move towards takeaway stuff as well, I think.
it's going to have to be unless you've got outside
Yeah,
facilities.
but I
And,
think
and that's if the weather's nice, but if the weather's not nice, then
yeah,
we
I think even in the long term, that it will,
I
it
think
will
there's going to be
it will
changes.
carry on.
I think there's going to be changes. I mean, even from the point of view of on Facebook, I've noticed that not just Facebook actually. There's so many people up there telling you how to market your business online, what to do, how to work Instagram, which is all fair and well. I mean, I think it's good, and certainly there's a few of them have some
Yeah,
very sensible ideas. But
yeah,
this seems to be one of the new businesses. Like there's so many people there. This is actually what their sole business is, to tell you how to market yourself online.
yeah.
It's incredible. Everybody seems to be an expert at the moment on telling you how to run your business.
Yep, I know. Carolyn's just corrected me. She worked at Aaron Active. Apologies for that. So now in the background, you can't see this, but my son has just come down and he's going to very quietly try and sneak something out of the kitchen.
Oh,
What are you after? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say
have to get one of the
the
Easter eggs.
the noisiest thing, a bag of crisps.
Oh,
Very well, very good. So that was the co-op. The other thing is the update this week. That's on the 28th, I think, isn't it? The latest update from the government. So we could be looking at the opening up of garden centres and our local waste disposal system, which you call.
the cope.
Thank you. I can't say that. But I can't. It's too close to co-op. No. So that should be open up this week, and I, for one, will be down there because. With all this gardening we're all doing, I don't know what everyone's doing for their lawn trimmings and everything else at the moment. So
Compost.
yeah, maybe.
Some of it will compost.
Right, what else have we got, Heather, before we go out and do some composting?
That's it, really. There's nothing.
That's all I've got written down. So I think
I've still got gift bags for sale. I can still make them up. I haven't put them on the
yeah, get an advert in there. Why not? Hey.
Well, they're going really well, and it's a lovely wee gift if somebody wants it delivered or sent off. So just get in touch with me through the studio shop.
Okay. I'm sorry, Dusty's been very quiet today. I think he was just
Is he
bored out.
sleeping?
He's bored out of his tree. He's just sitting just next to me. I'll just tip the camera around. You can see him. He's fast asleep. But yeah, he's going to go for a nice walk soon. But the weather's nice now, so we'll get outside, and I'm sure that's where half of our audience is at the moment. Once the rain stopped, must have stopped about 1:30, I think, here.
Yeah, the sun's coming. It's actually looking really nice now.
Yep.
So we're heading in. I don't know what the forecast for this week is. I'm hoping it's a
It's
bit.
better this week. Monday's supposed to be nice. Tomorrow, it's one of those forecasts where the BBC put a big black cloud and a raindrop coming out of it, and then you look at it, and that big black cloud and the raindrop appear for about half an hour at 9 o'clock, but the rest of the day it's going to be bright sunshine. So at the moment, it looks fairly good for tomorrow, and it's just going to be a bit iffy this week. Rather than it's going to be a standard spring week rather than what we've had for the last 9 weeks. But
It has been exceptional.
yeah, we've even had some midges out. Have you had midges down there? You must.
Yes,
Have all your...
I've got Les on to the citronella and lemongrass candles because
Yeah.
they work quite well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a few of these burning the other day when it was still nice, and they seem to work quite well.
Good. All righty.
Okay. Well, nice to see you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting back into normality, I think, and getting together on something and able to do a bit more and get a guest in now and then will be nice in the future.
Yeah, I missed that.
We'll have plenty to talk about at least. But in the meantime, we shall catch up with you midweek with some photos maybe, and we shall see you next Sunday.
You holiday photographs?
Oh, I was going to do holiday photographs. Yeah, I'll put this on midweek. If you've got holiday photographs from years ago, or just from last year, or somewhere where you go regularly, if you want to send us one, just send us one regular photograph of where you go regularly, because let's face it, you're not going to be going there this year unless it's, Ardrossan. And what we'll do is for the outro next week, we'll stick those together and we'll put some music next to it, and it'll be a bit heart-rending for some people because they won't be able to get away on holiday. But I'm the same, we're not going to get to California this year, but it would be nice just to have from anyone that's watching, just if they want to send us a photograph from where they normally go. I know there's people that go to Greece regularly, like Colin McCourt, and there's a lot of people that go down to Spain and France and so on, Italy. If you've got a photograph you'd like to share of your favourite place where you go on holiday, then send us it and we shall put it on next week. Thank you for that, Heather.
Look forward to that.
Good. Right. We shall see you all soon. Bye for now.